It's also something that we've seen you guys do in Team USA a little bit. Of course,
Yeah.
there's way less time to do that in international volleyball, but yeah, I vividly remember some images that you're like, for sure setter coaching,
Yeah.
and then the outside hitters talking to each other, middles.
Usually that was between sets.
Yeah,
If you
exactly. When there's more time. Yeah.
correct. During timeouts, little timeouts, shorter timeouts when we were at USA, just for people that maybe are interested how we were doing it, how we are doing it, maybe still. Aaron would pull setters, or Aaron Virtue,
Mhm.
setter coach Alpha, would pull both or three setters, whatever we had on the roster. She would pull them to the side. And then depends if we have hard time, I don't know, siding out. We're actually taking time out because we have hard time scoring points. Is that right? Um, Aaron or Karch would just quickly say something about, hey, let's just keep the pass high and off and set a hittable ball and hit with right, whatever. But if they're struggling, which luckily for us, is that right? Other teams were taking a lot of timeouts against us. That's always a good thing. Um, now I stepped in just a couple reminders defensively, block defense. Hey, we're doing just fine. Keep going. Or, hey, right now, Japan, they usually like to go, hey, when they send middle blocker gap, they send back. They're trying to isolate. When they're bringing middle blocker close, they want to go. So they're trying to isolate. So I would have these reminders or just what's coming for next one or two or three rotations. So just again, reminders or maybe a change if change is needed. But that was kind of we had, I think, a very good structure of our timeouts, um, where we're not trying to be overwhelming with information, but just informative. And sometimes as a coach, you got to bring in some urgency. Sometimes Karch would do that. Sometimes I would do that. It depends. Um, yeah, we're trying to have very organized timeouts, especially internationally. We have so little time.
No, I think for sure, like we featured some timeout articles also on Brains, and for sure, like from a clarity point of view, Team USA timeouts were on another level. Like because their coaches just losing themselves. So I'm not even counting that, but just like from a uh, getting transponding information and being clear and putting simple things out there and being clear on them. I think you guys did it like an exceptional level. And then also for sure you have the going back to the district or like a small group or like a smaller group, like I just said about Aaron. Yeah, you have the live microphone there. So it's good to have a large bunch of players there. And maybe you're in a little emergency situation. You take the setter on the side, nobody knows what you're saying. And you have to use the tool that you get.
Yeah, I would always. What was the good thing about Olympics that those microphones were? I don't think they ever came in with microphones. It might be because of COVID. They didn't let
Uh,
this so close. But I remember like World Championships, World Cup, VNL, uh, like closer finals and stuff. They would be all over us. I remember I would be like, go away because they're just information. Sometimes it's like, it's not for everyone here. And I know coaches around the world, they have people listening our timeout so they can rely on information to the bench. You're trying to do everything you can to win. Is that right? Gold Olympic medal or world championship or whatever. So knowing that, but sometimes just like, you know what, they can have it all. Here's game plan. At the end of the day, you got to be able to do it on the volleyball court, even with all the knowledge that you might have about us. You still got to go out there and play. And same for us, is that right? Would we really chase this dark secrets of somebody? No, it's right there on the video. Is that right? That's
no, for sure. But like in these hot moments, there's really valuable information being shared. And there have been rules by the FIVB that you have to keep the mic there. But then also like Final Four situations, people just push it out and nobody has. I remember right now there's the Olympic, also Team USA is in their Olympic qualification tournament, basketball tournament for Paris, or it's just like the last tournament they're playing. And there the rule is you cannot touch the mic. Any coach, you have to like allow the mic to be there. With the fourth quarter or like the last part of fourth quarter, there are no mics anymore. So like
makes sense.
but that's
Makes sense.
basketball, you decide the game at the end. But in volleyball, you decide the game also in between. So
Yeah.
that's way more difficult to do.
And then you adapt. And what we did, either like Aaron would pull setters away, and now they're like in this little tiny pocket where they speak. Is that right? Or I would talking instead of out loudly, I would just pull Haley Washington or Faluka middle blocker and say, right now, we have hand signals as well. then we change and nobody else knows. So from the bench, I can make a hand signal and we know what's going on for that reason. Sometimes it's too loud. You go to Japan, 15,000 people. I can scream my lungs out. They're gonna be what? And so we have hand signals when it comes to some decision making. 23-23. This is what we know about Russia or Serbia transition. This is what we're doing. So, but we're still reading, but we know where we
Yeah,
kind of rep where the ball's going. Yeah.
exactly. Um, let's go to the last part.